The Flame of Love of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, the Spiritual Diary, Chapter 3, Episode 42. Do not leave me alone. February 10th, 1963. I hurried to come into his presence and began to pray the little office of the Virgin. I wanted to finish before it got dark. Besides, I started to feel cold. I did not spend much time in prayer because our church is very cold and made out of cement. However, the Lord Jesus, almost begging me, insisted that I stay. Jesus said, "Do not leave me now. I am alone and without consolation. Oh, how often I am alone." He asked, "Tell me, since I have been sharing my house with you, and I have granted you entry at any time, when you came to me, have you ever encountered anybody in my house?" With my head down, I tried to remember. "No one, Lord. During this time, I saw no one." This sadness broke my heart. He continued to ask, "You see why I say, 'Do not leave me alone'? Let me give you abundant graces, which are stored up in the immeasurable love of my heart. May our souls be in harmony. May our hearts beat in unison. Draw many souls to me. May our hands gather in unity. When you also are abandoned, I will never abandon you. I will be with you in every difficult situation. Besides, today I will accompany you with the penetrating glance of my eyes. My adorable Jesus, give me your grace so I can withstand your penetrating glance." His love so fascinated me that the cold and the tiredness ceased. Only his sad request filled my soul. The souls of my family members. February 12th, 21st, and 28th, 1963. The Blessed Virgin revealed that the light of her flame of love filled not only me, but all my family members, and the evil one could not lead them into sin. That is why their souls are strengthened and prepared to receive even more graces. February 21st, 1963. The Lord spoke in the morning. Jesus said, "I was here during the night, and I blessed every member of your family because of the prayer of our dear Mother. She is the one who fills your whole family with the effective grace of her flame of love. How much we love you, my little one." February 28th, 1963. My little daughter is sick. I thought of going to the doctor to know what to do. The Lord calmed me down. Jesus said, "Do not go anywhere. It will be for the good of your daughter if she is not cured." These words depressed my heart because she has a husband and a child. The Lord Jesus also told me why he would not cure her. Jesus said, "Your daughter always has temptations. By a long sickness, I will fill her with abundant graces. Her soul will be purified of the great temptations, and from now on, she will undergo sufferings with patience." Captivated by God's closeness. February 13th, 1963. When I woke up in the morning, the Lord filled me with his wonderful peace. My prayer was to listen profoundly in silence. Even after Holy Communion, I did not speak. I know no name for this marvelous grace. This wonderful grace increased every minute. I must write that it pulled me up from the earth. When I finally was able to open my lips to speak, I asked, "My adorable Jesus, what are you doing with such an unworthy person?" With an inspiration as soft as a sigh, he poured into my heart the feeling that at that moment, in a direct soaring, he was drawing my soul to the infant love of his divine being. Jesus said, "I do this because I love you very much." My soul was so united to him, it was as if I had left earthly existence. My body did its daily tasks. That day I was particularly busy because I had to take care of my daughter's house as she was seriously ill. However, these many occupations did not disturb the union of my soul with God. It was as if my soul had been floating in some high place from which it was looking down on the demanding activity of my body. This extraordinary state kept increasing like waves upon my soul. Because I had promised to make daily reparation in the sanctuary of the Blessed Virgin from noon to 1 p.m., I interrupted my household chores. Later, my son asked me to put some official business in order. All these pursuits were the labor of a single day. I had to do all these necessities with great attentiveness. Yet during this time, my soul was flying high in its nearness to God. Live a more holy life. The graces of these days totally saturate my soul, and I am nourished with wonderful strength. When I arrived home after Holy Mass today, I did my household chores while being immersed into an adoration of thanksgiving. Gently and silently, he somehow made me sense that he was smiling, and that filled me with joy. Jesus said, "Yesterday you were surprised that you were allowed to come into the nearness of God, as if you had taken flight from the earth. This was a reward for your persevering effort. You can see that we appreciate your efforts and the difficult combat which you accept for heaven's cause. By your perseverance, you will always arrive at a higher level of grace." March 5th, 1963. The Lord Jesus said, "Live a very holy life, because so many graces that you receive from me give you greater strength each time. Strive to live a holier life with all your strength, and see how I intensify my graces in you." No time to lose. March 11th, 1963. Mary said, "Because you give yourself to the effective grace of my flame of love, my motherly heart rejoices. How long since we spoke? Is it true that you suffer much from those who misunderstand you? Is it truly burdensome to put up with so many trials? Do not spare yourself any hardship. Go and tell those concerned that the impetuosity does not come from you. I am the one who continually pushes you. Remember what I said. In spite of your littleness, your ignorance, and your humility, my flame of love will be enkindled. Once more, she related with what crazed rage Satan torments even those whom he suspects that our flame of love enlightens. Mary said, we permit him to use all kinds of temptations against those who want to put into practice the flame of love, my holy cause. Later, during the conversation, she repeated that we cannot delay for decades this time of grace that she wants to put into effect. Mary said, we have no time to lose. A definite time is determined before my flame of love will ignite. Exactly the time Satan needs to test the excellent 12 chosen priestly souls. Let them hear my voice. They should not fear. I will be with them. I will help them to gain victory over Satan's temptations, just as I did for you. My heart burns with the desire that the Blessed Virgin's longing be fulfilled as soon as possible. Now I am living very difficult days. Many times the Blessed Virgin told me to go to Father X and tell him that she is the one asking him to consider it his obligation to direct my soul. On one occasion, when I heard these words, doubts assaulted me. I confided in the sister who accompanies me. She told me to go. Now, she does not hold me back from going.